Hello and welcome to Season Quest. This is our part 2 where Charlie takes us on a terrible, terrible, terrible hike. Enjoy!
It's mostly maples and oaks, but you sort of pause at a birch tree, and the pattern on the birch tree catches your eye, and it's almost like you're looking eye to eye with something or someone, and for a second, you're almost just reminded of Dr. Richards, and you feel like you're being looked down upon, like you were talking out in class.
I'm standing there with my hand on a birch tree, like, what? Sorry, Dr. Richards.
That's not your voice.
What is it? Sorry, Dr. Richards. Sorry, Dr. Richards.
No,
It's
it's a Valley Girl.
Valley Girl. Sorry, Dr. Richards.
There it is.
Can I just say, when you were like, there's a lot of maples and oaks, in my head I thought, those are good ones.
Love a maple, love an oak.
Those are nice.
I forgot
Fucking
to say,
hate a birch.
I forgot to say there's also just a lot of pine.
That's fine.
Oh, great.
I'll allow it.
Mine is fine.
Pine is fine.
Triples is good. You guys haven't seen, I think you should leave.
No.
You should watch it, you'd love it.
Yeah, I've now been told like 6 times in the past 2 days to watch it.
It's a really funny show. It must feel like this is like when you get targeted advertising, but like from real people.
Yeah, it's really fucking frustrating because I'm like, I am going to watch it.
They
It
still
just
just some
look-
money.
Okay. So the 3 of you, Sarah, Jimmy, and Molly,
They're all looking at
are walking along and notice that Tiff has paused.
And I said, sorry, Dr. Richards, aloud to a tree.
What are you doing, Tiff?
What? Nothing. Like, what are you doing? I was just, sorry. Weird tree.
You put that in your notebook?
I just feel like I'm getting a lot of weird energy from this tree. Like, do you feel that? It kind of feels like, it's gonna sound crazy, kind of feels like Dr. Richards, no?
You? Sounding crazy? I wouldn't believe it. And then I keep walking.
No, just look at the tree, Molly. Oh my god.
You say
You never listen to me.
Did you say it feels like Dr. Richards?
Like, vibe-wise.
Ah.
I touched it, though. It did feel like a tree. Aside from that.
I'm walking away.
The accent is getting more and more, like, it's sinking deeper and deeper into my throat, where I'm extending my mouth.
You're getting wester and wester.
Yeah. I am no longer from New Hampshire. I'm from Simi Valley.
You're moving along the country currently at about 80 miles an hour.
Going for a PB.
You're for a PT.
Coast to coast 80%.
Glitch.
And I walk off the trail. I keep walking on
You
the
walk
trail.
off the trail, you walk into the woods, you get lost, you get shot by a guy.
A guy. Just a guy. The monster today is a guy.
The monster today
I've
is
had
a
a monster
man.
be a guy. Guy was ghost. Never mind.
Yeah.
Which guy?
You're one. No, you're one.
We had a monster be a guy in my one.
Yeah, it
My
was
slasher.
it was a slasher guy.
Yep. Monster's been a guy.
Oh yeah, no, I did play that character again because I
And you
thought
guys
it was...
became ghosts.
Yeah, I didn't. I survived again.
I did.
Because you're a fucking metagaming cheater, fucking freak, piece of shit.
How
douchebag.
dare you? I got people killed for my actions.
That's right. Is R the one you've never lost? You've never died in or something?
No, I've lost
No,
plenty
no.
of times. I've won the most though.
I never win. I never lose. I never scream.
I never freeze.
Yeah.
I'm on the trail.
I never freeze.
I want to play.
I'm on mushrooms.
Speaking of, go ahead and roll me a cool check, please, Jimmy.
You're a fucking loser.
I rolled a 9.
You gotta roll better, dude.
So, after that whole tree episode, you are, again, walking forward a little bit ahead of the rest of the group. And the trees ahead of you start to almost like suggest movement.
You should add some numbers.
It looks as though they begin swaying in the breeze, like they were like just grass in a field.
But it doesn't, like, are we feeling the wind, or is it, like, just up ahead?
There's no wind.
There's wind.
There's no wind. And as you continue walking forward, your, like, vision starts to brighten. and all the colors really start to get like saturated. For a second, you almost just lose yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yep.
Yeah. No, whoa.
Respond.
The trees are like...
to you this morning.
The trees are like moving like crazy up ahead and so bright. Are you seeing this, Molly?
No, I'm not on drugs.
Okay, well...
And as you sort of catch up to Jimmy, they're just like standing like still like a statue, and Sarah actually just like bumps into him, and she's like, you doing all right?
Oh, yeah, I was just...
She wipes some mud off of you.
Oh, yeah, because I fell.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the trees up there. They're moving like from left to right and back again. Like there's wind, but there's no wind on my skip. Maybe it's like a giant bird blowing it with its wings, you know? I don't know. It's weird. They're
A
moving.
giant bird.
What a way to give yourself a bad trip. Maybe it's my greatest fear that's influencing this stuff.
And as you talk about the bird, you realize, and it sort of like comes to all of you, there hasn't been any birdsong in this forest at all. It's been completely silent the entire time. I mean, it's only been like 10, 15 minutes so far on your trek, but there should be bird sounds. There should be like crickets. There should be nature.
Speaking of birds, like, I saw bird tracks, but no birds have made a noise. Do you think maybe, like, the animals are afraid, too, of, like, this, like, you know, paranormal presence, maybe?
You're afraid of it?
No, I'm interested in it. Are you afraid of it?
The way you said...
Spooky ghost?
The way you said, maybe the animals are afraid too, implies you're afraid. Coward.
Ooh.
Maybe they heard the shuttle wasn't running, so they've left, gone into the town.
I'm just, like, thinking, like, can I recall any Fae-related stories about, like, animal suppression? Or, like, maybe ghosts or aliens? Or anything like, maybe a cryptid? Something like that come to mind for me?
It always does. It doesn't mean it's accurate.
Yep. Give me a memory based. No.
1. Pass by 8.
You can't lose a memory base.
I know, but it's good to know how much I can pass them by.
Yeah.
Minimum 3.
Maximum 8.
You remember that early in sort of New Hampshire's history, a lot of Irish immigration to New England, obviously. And obviously.
Yeah. Boston.
Yeah. Both
Maine.
Irish. Yeah. And you know that there's stories of the Fae, the fair folk, had like households and stuff that they looked after, families that they would be held to, and when these families moved over, they would have to had come too.
Yeah.
And when that happened, especially with, you know, spatial events, there's a meteor shower today scheduled. There's a history to this town. This is the day that this town was founded. It's a heavy point in history, and the Fae put a lot of importance on that, of when they arrived. And they're a culture, a people of respect and reverence. And on this day is probably one of the most important days, the day they arrived in this new land and settled into it.
Okay. Didn't really answer my question, but...
What was your question?
I was asking if I know of anything to do with Fae making animals be quiet.
Well, that's part of the
Yeah.
reverence.
Yeah.
Getting a phone call, Charlie.
Garth.
Hello. Wait, hold on. Let me put you on speaker. Say something to the audience.
Tell your friends about this podcast because it's really good.
They're currently listening to this podcast if they're hearing you.
Yeah, but they could tell their friends about it.
Oh,
That's
tell your
something
friends,
We
yeah.
You
don't,
what? You didn't listen to a word he said, did you?
No.
we don't advertise it.
And if you don't have friends,
Which most of our listeners don't.
yeah.
We attract that kind.
Then Charlie will volunteer to be your friend.
He needs them.
There may be a small fee involved.
Yeah. We'll do mates rights though, because we become mates.
Charlie still
Mates, right,
charges
mates,
me
right.
full price.
It's a tiered friendship system. Pals, like
Paltreon.
Pals, buddies, and
Right,
sisters.
cool.
All right.
Thanks, bro. Have a good one.
Hopefully that was helpful.
Bye.
Bye.
See you
Love
soon.
you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Anyways, what we so
Jimmy's having a thing.
no due
What?
to the reverence of the forest.
Oh
the
yeah,
animals.
that. Yeah.
So I think like basically, guys, I think the reason the animals are quiet is like today is like a special day for the Fae. It's like their birthday essentially. Here's what I'm kind of worried about. We're almost like invading on their territory right now, which is probably why there's not a lot of people here. So I think we tread carefully. Don't go too far. Like
Should we just turn around and leave?
break for lunch. I'm interested in finding out more, so I want to stay. You guys can leave if you want, but I'm gonna come, stay and like take some notes and stuff. But just be respectful, and don't say each other's names, okay? Like I think that's important.
Why names?
Because Fae have this like reverence around names, right? And like names are like controlling, Like a name is like so important. It's the same with food things. So that's why you shouldn't have eaten those mushrooms, which to be honest is probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But like whatever, it's done. But the names thing, keep it in mind. Also, I'm looking at you, sister. We might be the only ones to get out of here since they ate food in the Fae's domain. Let's just keep that in mind. If they can't leave this area, we can leave without them. But like I'd prefer not to, obviously. But it might come to that. And I would just be careful,
It's just a hike, Skull.
And I'm hearing no birds. That's
yeah,
a good thing.
I did just say no saying names, which is fine because that's not like my name. It's my nickname. But it's a name I go by, and I would prefer if you didn't invoke any name with just to help with the Fae presence, because that would be really awkward if a Fae stole my name and identity and stuff.
Nickname was actually Nick during the last R we did on podcast.
Okay, so I guess let's keep going, and I'm gonna keep an eye out for any Fae related things if anyone else could as well. So fairy circles, but also other Fae things that I would know and say, but I don't know them because Tom doesn't know them. And we'll just be careful, watch out for stepping in mushrooms and stuff, and if we see someone, be cautious, same you would on a regular hike. And maybe we might see aliens as well. That would be crazy. Fae-alien crossover. Fae-alien.
Everybody go ahead and roll me a hot check.
The Christian devil.
She can talk for such a long time, huh?
Oh, God.
3. I passed by 1.
I passed by 1.
I passed by 3.
Pass by 1, pass by 1, pass by 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys do notice. What are your items, Troy? Real
I've
quick.
got soda, snacks, fireworks, water bottle, and carnies.
And what?
What's your water bottle?
Condoms.
What's your water bottle? What's it? You got a plastic water bottle?
Yeah, I think I've got a brand new plastic one from
Plastic.
the school, with the track team Plenty High logo on it. Plenty fast.
That's the mascot.
You hear? Actually, I can make it actual Foley. You hear this as Sarah throws her keys onto the forest floor.
Why?
And at the same time, you both, the Sculder sisters, feel a heat.
It's my favorite Hamilton song.
As your knives feel unnaturally hot.
I take it out of my pocket and throw it onto the ground.
Hot chick.
Yeah.
That's funny. Burning hot?
Yeah.
I pull out my knife by the end that's not hot, which would be the end that's not middle, and
Yeah.
I look at it.
Yeah. And it's not red hot, but you can see wavering air around it as if heat is just blasting off of it.
That's odd. So one of the signs of alien invasion is extreme heat because of the spaceships. But we can't see a spaceship, and also why would it be only affecting the metal? Because I don't feel that hot. Do you guys?
No, that's weird. I have a middle spine. I burst into flames.
I'm Wolverine. This must be some sort of Fae magic thing. Wow. Okay.
I get a bandage out of my first aid kit and I wrap it around the handle of my knife so I could still hold it without it being like burning hot.
Your knife middle
And-
all the way?
I guess not. I guess we have the same knives. I just pick it up then. I don't know.
Your knife heals.
I'm not trying to make you embarrassed.
I'm fine. I just hold the knife.
You can have a Swiss Army knife. It could be all middle.
I hold the.
You heal your knife.
There are pocket knives that are just like metal handle, metal.
Fine. I'll have a Swiss Army knife because
Like
that's
this?
fun.
You know, that's all metal.
I've got like a dagger. You know what I mean? Like one of those ones that you buy at like Armageddon Expo, but I've sharpened it into a real knife.
Battle ready.
And I'll have a Swiss Army knife. And I wrap it in a bandage and put it back in my pocket so it's not burning hot.
I touch it.
It's fucking hot. It hurts.
Like burns my finger straight away hot, or just like
Not
putting
like-
your finger on a heater.
Yeah, not like blistering you immediately. Just like, oh,
That's hot. That's hot. Interesting. Well, I want to keep this, so I mean,
Parasite of knife.
what can I do here? I mean, I just have a
You can just hold it.
yeah. I'll just hold the knife, I guess. Sure.
and
Sarah,
Jimmy.
Keys. Yeah.
give me a. I'll say, give me a fast check.
He fast.
I beat it by 3.
Nice. So as Tiff is holding out this knife, your vision snaps to the knife, and the wavering trees that you have been seeing all stand still around your peripheral as you're looking at this knife. When you look away, they start to waver again.
Weird. When I look at your knife, the trees seem to stop moving and like everything stands still for a moment when I look at your knife, like as if it's cutting through the silence and the movement and just everything's kind of standing still.
That's creepy as all hell. What are you doing?
Well, I think it might be like maybe like the mushrooms that you took, since they're connecting to the Fae. The Fae is trying to get you to focus on this and not the trees, because maybe the trees are the danger. but
Or
wants
you're
you
on a
to-
hallucinogenic drug.
Well, but that doesn't make any sense, because that's not like even a psilocybinic mushroom. What are they called? That's not even a hallucinogenic mushroom. The one that they took, and they only took one.
Psychedelic.
Yeah,
You're 15.
yeah, and I've done a lot of drugs. I'm a goth girl. But only natural drugs. I would never do like acid or MDMA, but I do shrooms and weed and
No, you've
Strict
got
parents.
yeah, but only for swearing, not for doing hard drugs.
You can blaze, just don't swear.
Yeah, they're like weird hippies. No, like I do it like at clubs and stuff. Don't worry about it. Don't tell mom, okay?
I get the vibe that that's all a lie.
Is Dr. Richards hotboxing a car with students?
Why do you consistently think that Dr. Richard's car is where we have our meetings? We have a classroom.
You can't hotbox a classroom.
Yes, you
It's
can.
uneducational.
If there's 30 kids smoking pot in a classroom with all the windows shut, you can hotbox a classroom.
There are 3 people in your club, and one of them is the teacher.
There were 5.
See, enough of
We
the
had
car.
2 people just join.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
you need to chill.
Who says that, Sarah?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's fine. It's just a mushroom. We're gonna be okay. It's visuals. It's like, it's a hallucinogenic. Yeah. You're not gonna go fucking crazy though.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. No, it's all good. We should keep going up the hill, right? Towards the trees?
Yeah, so I'm thinking like we head on the hike and just go towards like whatever seems like most like Fae intriguing, because I think that would be a cool thing to like sort of explore.
Or we can just do the walk.
Okay,
Don't
but
you
that
want to
would-
keep away from the Fae?
No, I want to like. I'm interested, but I'm keeping my distance, but in like a respectful way. But I'm also like exploring their like interesting lifestyle. So like I know how to like avoid like getting fade up. But I want to like
On a
still-
Tuesday.
Faded.
But I'm still interested in like all the stuff about it. Like it's interesting. Do you not find it interesting?
Not really.
Molly, go ahead and roll me a plan check, please.
Go ahead and roll me an interesting chick.
Don't be a mean little guy. Failed by 4.
Lucy when she meets a fae. Hey, don't be a mean little guy, please.
Okay. Your sister's ramblings have distracted you a lot, and you all continue walking.
I hate you.
That is Jimmy Card. Even mean to. Oh wait. As we walk, I am still looking for like Fae-related things, as well as aliens.
Yeah.
Because I still think
As
that
well as ghosts.
I'm still thinking that aliens are going to be there, as well as this Fae business. Like these are two. For me, this is like insanely cool.
Two
Oh my God.
distinct occult things happening.
My interests are aligning so hard.
It's Fae and aliens are scissoring.
Maybe I'll see a ghost too. Who knows? And you know what? Bigfoot and the moose guy, all connected.
Yeah.
That would be a great way for this art to just go off the rails. Every monster is there. Smash.
They did the mash. They did the monster mash.
He wants a brain. He wants a robot brain. Yeah.
That was a pretty good Zoidberg.
Thank you. It's only when I can only do it when I'm singing that song. I can't do Zoidberg normally.
So we're going on the trail, but it's off the trail, but it's on the trail, but it's off the trail.
I
assume.
You now realize, as you're looking at the information that you recorded about the trail, you are no longer on the trail.
Does it all get to the same place eventually?
If you go up, you reach the top.
But was there a trail that would take us to the top still?
I mean, we're going to...
Even if we do the off the trail bit?
You reckon you could probably, like, you know which way is up.
And
you can probably make your way back to the trail. You might not have gone too far off of it.
And I'm guessing from the fact that this place is called Plenty Falls that we're going to a waterfall. So we'd be able to like follow a river if we found it.
Yeah.
And waterfalls allowed.
Yeah.
In America.
What? Oh.
What?
I thought you said waterfalls are allowed.
They're allowed what? In America?
In America, waterfalls are allowed to be wherever they want.
But also, waterfalls are allowed in America?
Yeah, because they have big
Quiet
waterfalls.
everywhere else.
Well, we have tiny waterfalls in New Zealand. We have like a few big waterfalls, like in Taupo and stuff. Generally, our waterfalls are small. America, all big.
Yeah.
They don't got trickles down there.
Ours have tall poppy syndrome. They like to be quiet.
If we keep going this way, it should be fine.
Like, what I'm thinking is, right, the weird thing that's happening is, like, obviously, if we're the only ones on the track for some reason, even though it's supposed to, normally quite popular today.
Well, we've gone off the actual main trail because of your crazy
I didn't do
investigating.
anything.
I think I led us off the trail.
I literally have not gone off the trail. Like, I'm following you, okay? I didn't do anything.
Wait, Sarah, did we go the wrong way?
Stop saying your names. Oh my god.
We missed the trail. Sorry about that, guys, but like, we can still all make it together.
I mean, you're an experienced hiker, so we won't get lost, because experienced hikers don't get lost, no matter what.
I thought that the guy in your story was one of the most experienced.
Yeah, exactly, and he got abducted by aliens. And so he didn't get lost, he got abducted by aliens.
You are a broken record.
I literally just got asked a question. They asked me a question.
You know what record's not broken? Sarah's PB.
Let's keep going.
Sarah's
Yeah,
PB.
Molly's right. We just gotta keep going to the top.
I'm thinking, like, what might be a good idea could be, like, because if we're trying to... Surely we have a compass, right?
I got a compass in my bag.
Yeah, so which way is the top?
She takes out her compass and she has like a reaction to it and throws it also on the floor.
Okay, that was weird. I'd pick up the compass.
It's fucking hot.
It's really hot.
Is that you throwing it back down?
Yeah.
Why?
Hello?
All of this metal stuff heating up is so weird.
Yeah, well, it's like the aliens or the Fae or whatever. Or the ghosts, maybe. Or maybe it's Bigfoot. Who knows?
It could be anything.
What would Bigfoot do?
Bigfoot is...
What would Bigfoot do?
Bigfoot is a bard. Bigfoot casts heat metal.
I don't know if you know this, but Bigfoot's known for being big, shaggy, and woolly, and that's hot.
And that makes metal hot.
Yeah, and so it makes
Tim Allen.
things hot.
I'm glad you paused because I had to finish my yawn before I could do the Tim Allen noise.
I was resisting doing
Stupid.
that.
We keep going.
I'm just thinking like...
It's up. We just go up.
Yeah, I know. We were talking while we go, okay? Fucking Jesus Christ.
Let's get a fear check, please.
I'm so bad at not swearing. 3, under.
Alright, you pass. You feel the swear word pass over you, but it was... What's up?
No, sorry, just the feeling the swear word pass over.
Yeah, it was...
Someone said bitch.
Even though I'm not afraid, I do still feel like, you know, when you
I give you a disappointed look.
I kind of catch myself on the fact that I swore, and it stops me mid-sentence. I'm like...
Oops, I'm a bad girl.
Feels very quiet for a bit. Sorry.
We keep walking.
Well, like, what I'm thinking is ghosts make things cold generally, so I don't think a ghost would be doing this, the heat stuff. And I feel like aliens can't do this, so it must be related to the Fae. And if the Fae are like burning us, like maybe it's like, because I feel like they wouldn't.
Have you tried to ask them nicely not to?
I suppose not, but like I'm not sure if they'd listen because they're quite mischievous little tricksters. Excuse me, Fae? Is it okay if we just finish our hike and you guys don't burn us anymore? Because, you know, like, I understand you probably want, like, maybe, like, some trinkets or something, but, like, we're just, like, chilling and stuff, and I'm pretty interested in, like, some stuff, but, like, you know, like, just not, like, burning us, please, would be really nice, thank you.
Roll me a cool check, please.
Sounded like a debate. No, I'm kidding.
It did sound kind of like
Actually, yeah, no, that's true.
Still failed by 1.
If you failed by 6, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll say it was a debate, so you fail by 1.
Thanks, Troy.
In your mind, as you're saying your little speech, the word trinkets just like solidifies itself almost as you're saying it, and you nearly choke on the word as you're letting it out, and you feel like it's not your word, it's their word that they're demanding.
That is our word.
That is our word.
Every other word is wet.
It's a demand. Trinkets.
Only trinkets solidified. The others were wet. They might have been gaseous.
I sort of stop and I gently put my knife on the ground and take a step back, sort of raise up my hands.
And you hear, briefly, birdsong.
Jimmy's eyes widen. He's looking up at the trees that are moving. He's like trying to spot the birds and can't.
Give me a fear check, please.
It's weird that you came to a forest when you're afraid of birds.
I mean, it's
not weird that I came to a forest and I'm afraid of ghosts. Ghosts aren't real.
yeah, but like, you know, you'd still go to a cemetery, for example, or into a. No, okay.
No.
Just casually. I wrote down in my book,
Tom still leaves the house even though he's scared of
Trinkets.
dogs.
trinkets, and then like dash and sort of like voice stuck. Feels weird.
Hot knife.
Hot knife. I've written all of these notes down.
Weird that we both said hot knife.
We're besties.
I rolled a 9. What was I rolling? Fear check.
Fear.
Check. So you fail by 4.
Oh.
So, firstly,
Isn't fear check meant to be rolled with 1 dice?
Oh, is it?
It might be, yeah. It's supposed to be like early on. You're not.
Yeah.
Just go with whatever works for you, Charlie.
I think we're just gonna go with the 2 dice situation for now. 1, you lose a fear point. As you look up into the forest along the branches, you see thousands of birds.
Thousands?
Every branch, every little bit of real estate on these branches is filled with birds, all staring at you.
It's like
One of them is cawing.
the cacaw of a macaw. Yeah, I guess like I'm looking up at all the trees in such fright and like, oh no, I can hear them. And then like the things that I thought were leaves moving in the wind, like my eyes kind of like focus in on them like they did with the knife for a second, and I start seeing birds everywhere, and I just kind of start freaking out, like a bit of shaking, like a little bit of like stumbling back or to the ground even, and just like birds everywhere. They're in all the trees. I can see them, I can hear them. you guys seeing this?
Are we?
No.
It's just the bird starting to sing. It's fine. You're seeing things because once again, you're on drugs.
Well, actually, I think the birds sung because I gave the Fae what they wanted. So, like, I don't think those are birds per se. I think they're more like Fae, as it were. You know?
Have they stopped singing again?
Yeah. The bird song has stopped.
I'm like, oh really? And I take out my knife and I throw it to the ground.
And you hear birdsong again.
See? So, like, obviously it's like the offering of the trinket that they wanted.
They definitely look like birds to me, guys. They're real feathery everywhere up there.
Yeah, that's what birds look like.
Yeah, so those are leaves, actually, and you're hallucinating.
No, guys, I know birds.
I know birds. My embarrassing event was I fucked a bird.
I didn't want you guys to know this, but I'm fucking frightened of birds, eh?
It's fine. They're not going to do anything.
Are you from New Zealand? I love New Zealanders. They're so sexy.
That's about as comforting as I get, as being like, it's fine, they're not going to do anything.
I'm thinking, like...
Take solace.
I'm thinking, like, if the birds were going to, like... The Fae were going to attack us, they would have done it already. So I think we're, like, fine. They obviously just are, like, looking for some stuff, and we gave it to them, and now they're happy with us. But, like, obviously still tread carefully, but we just need to sort of... I mean, we can just continue with our hike.
Okay, well, maybe you guys should lead the way then.
Sarah is staring at you, Jimmy. And she's squinting. And she's like, wait a minute. Jimmy from Toads Fall High?
Yeah?
Toads Falls and another
Yeah, that's where I went. Why? How do you know?
She giggles to herself and continues walking.
Wait, Sarah, you can't just say, what? Okay, if we continue, we should keep going, guys.
And we go.
And we go. Sorry, guys. Can I talk to Jimmy? Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah? Is this Sarah or Game Master Charlie?
This is Game Master Charlie currently.
Okay, good.
In your mind, you feel the weight of names and their importance.
Yeah.
And you really just want to share each other's names. You want them to speak their names into the forest.
I know Sarah and I have said each other's names a couple of times, but I want to say the other people's names, or I want them to say their names.
You want them to share their names
Yeah.
with the forest.
Yeah.
You really do.
I feel really strongly about this, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Was this because I failed my fear check, or is this something else?
It's something.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So the condoms are really hot?
Like boiling.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Welcome back to the forest.
So we're walking.
So we're walking. We're off.
I got scared, because birds.
We're off the trail. We're trying to find our way back to it.
Trying to find our way back to it, but also just continuing, right?
Continuing.
Like, upwards.
If we go up, we'll get back to it.
Yeah. Sarah doesn't really look concerned that we've sort of lost our way.
There is, like, a thing with, like, Fae where, like, they, like, you lose your, like, sense of direction. So it's possible.
You just keep adding stuff onto this list.
Yeah, it's because Fae can do a lot of things. They're complex creatures, like you and I. Do you think humans can only do one thing? No.
We would lose direction because you guys threw the compass away.
It was hot.
I mean, we know where to go up. It's fine.
Yeah.
And we carry on. I'm very determined.
Everyone go ahead and roll me a strong check, please.
Oh, but I'm not.
Oh, but I'm not. Failed by 6.
Failed by 6.
Passed by 4.
Nice. Jimmy, you, after your previous slip, are much more careful. You know that the way is muddy and slippery and stuff, and you're careful with each foot placement. Sister Sculder, you both lose your footing at the same time, almost, and fall at a spot in the forest that, as you're sort of just laying down on the ground after your fall, you notice there's almost an arch of branches behind you that you've walked through. And in this sort of area, it's a a small clearing of almost a perfect circle of just like no plant growth, just pure mud in the middle that you've wandered into.
My leather jacket.
Your glasses are muddy.
I try brush some of the mud off me, but I know this is a losing battle.
I come back and try and help, because, you guys helped me get mud off my clothes.
No, we didn't.
Oh, Sarah.
That was Sarah.
Guys, I think, we should probably get out of this area in particular.
Okay.
Cool, okay.
Keep walking.
Dip through the doorway to get out of the doorway area.
So, going back through it?
Yeah. Let's just find another way around this bit, because I don't think this is very... Let's just say, feels kind of like we're walking through a door, right? Like a doorway.
How far back till we get to the last bit of the trail?
Sarah says, it's been probably 10 minutes since we lost the trail. If we continue back, are we backtracking?
I just want to. I don't mind going back to the trail, whatever. I just don't want to go through this doorway in particular, because this feels very fey, very not good vibes. Very much like we're about to be trapped in someone's domain. And I think
Millie, are we going forward or are we going back with your sister?
I mean, we're not splitting up, obviously.
Who the fuck is Millie?
And yeah, who the fuck's Millie?
What do you mean?
I hate you. I hate you, you little gremlin man. I hate you.
Lizzie's pointing at me.
Hate you. Obviously.
You could have been at me. Is that not what I've written it
I
down?
don't hate you. Fuck. I hate this. I hate this game. I love R so much, but I hate every time you play because I get so stressed. Nothing bad's even happened yet that I've seen properly. Just the things got a bit hot and I'm this freaked out.
I fixed it. Had it wrong in my notes.
Man, I hate you too now.
I thought it was Charlie being strategic.
Strategic? Never heard of her.
I mean, we have to go back to the... Is there another path nearby? I just don't want to kill a lot of time.
You can go ahead and roll me a no check. Check your information sheet that you wrote down. Maybe a plan. Did I say no?
Either way, it's the same for me.
Yeah.
I was clever enough to write it down. Do I get treats?
Get treats? Yeah, make it an easy check.
Yay! Yay! I passed on the dot. I would have been fucked otherwise. Hooray!
Yeah. So with the what's up?
Just clapped and Lucy kept talking through it.
I ignore you.
I know, we're recording though.
With the trail map that you wrote down, you notice that one of the branching trails that goes to a specific spot notates that there is a specific clearing that people like to visit and pay tribute to and that sort of stuff. And you reckon that you might be on one of the branching trails, and this spot is a particular sightseeing spot.
See, it's not a weird thing. It's just this bit on the trail, and I show the map to Tiff.
What's the name of the area?
It's
Get Shot Alley.
Batman's origin, Get Shot Alley. It is the Blessed Circle.
That's nice.
Yeah, okay. So you can understand why something called Blessed Circle might be a bit paranormal.
It's blessed.
Yeah, blessed for fae, not for people, could be bad for us. I don't... You guys can stay here if you want. I'm leaving. Straight up, I am not going to be going into no fae domain and, gonna be tricked into eating some food from a fae thing. I don't care. It's crazy, it's interesting, but, I'm not going to die. That's the thing, right? I want to keep my identity.
Have you put your glasses back on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to keep your identity? This one kind of sucks.
I turn around and I walk out of the area. In a strut.
I smugly follow.
I look to both of them. They both seem to be walking away. I look to Sarah to see if she's going to follow.
She spends a moment taking in the Blessed Circle. She looks at you, she smiles, and then she walks out with the rest of you.
I'm gonna look up again to see if I can still see all the birds.
You see a single bird.
I shudder and quickly follow after the others out through the arch.
And sorry to do this, but I'm gonna need a moment with my friend Thomas.
I did realize, I'm not sure if it would be in character for me to leave the fairy circle, but at the same time, I think it kind of is.
I think it works.
Because it's kind of like she's interested, but she's still afraid of this situation.
Yeah. As you're walking through the doorway with your glasses on, realize that the vision you have is so much clearer than you've ever seen. It looks like perfect 2020 high definition sort of stuff, and it shouldn't be the case because they just got muddied and you clean them off best you could, but there's always going to be smudges. And for a second you turn back to the doorway and you see a table in the middle of the clearing. And you see a dark, shadowy figure sitting at the head of the table.
Hello.
And as you say hello, the figure and the table vanish.
Okay. And I make a note of it. And I start to sort of scribble like a rough sketch of what I saw. And I think to myself, okay, well, they'll think I'm crazy if I say that, but also, like, this is crazy what just happened to me, and, like, I need to spread that information. Ooh, it's hard, you know? I'm a valley girl. As we walk out of the clearing, I kind of wait until we're a decent distance away, and then I turn to the sort of group, and I look at everyone, and I acknowledge my skeptic sister, and I sort of am like, she wouldn't believe me no matter what. I'm just gonna keep it beep 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 beep. I'm just gonna put a pin in that one for now. I take a breath.
He puts a pin into Lucy. She screams like a voodoo doll.
I look like, is my vision still really clear?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to walk up to Jimmy. And sort of be like, hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed to say that. Have you said you saw those birds earlier, right? Have you seen anything else that's, like, weird?
I mean, no, I saw the birds up in the trees and, like, the branches moving and stuff, but, like, nothing weirder than you guys throwing all your metal on the ground.
Okay, and, like, I'm gonna ask you to get, like, a little spiritual here with me, but can you, like, feel any presence?
Like a gift or like a...
like a presence? Like someone near you? Like, you know how you can almost feel like when someone's watching you? Do you feel that, like, now, but, like, not from us?
Do I?
As you were talking to Jimmy, you feel the heat of the forest, and the heat almost rises from the forest floor, and you see through your glasses Jimmy's figure waver as the air passes over him. And Jimmy,
Yeah.
you feel, yes,
Yeah, I feel like there's a weird presence.
there is a weird presence, and you can't quite place it.
Like hair on the back of the neck standing up, or arms, or goosebumps, or anything like that, or just like something watching?
Something watching, not something like directly, like you're not getting goosebumps because it's in the moment, but you feel observed.
Yeah, I do feel like something's watching us. Like it could be those birds, but like we should keep going on the hike, right?
That's so interesting. I think that, like, yeah, I think we should keep going on the hike, because I think there's a lot more to be, like, found, you know? And yeah, I agree.
Are we still backtracking, or are we gonna keep going that way?
Let's just, like, avoid the blessed circle or whatever it was called, and just make our way towards the top. I don't know if we need to go on the path, but I don't know. It might be nice to see some people, but I don't know if we will. To be honest, I think I'm actually almost positive that we're being sort of, like, played with, right, by, like, a fae presence, but, like, I don't know if they mean us any harm, because I think, like, I mean, we don't mean the forest any harm, so hopefully they don't mean us any harm. Do you know?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's keep going then.
But just remember, like, don't share your name, you know? Like, that's the most important thing.
But you just said my name.
Yeah, it was an accident. Just, like, try to not.
Okay, well, if you said my name, I'm gonna say yours, Tiff.
I don't go by that name, so it's okay.
Okay.
but don't say it.
I like how you've reasoned to yourself that none of your names count. Well, Skull doesn't count because that's not my name. No, Tiff doesn't count because that's not. I don't go by it.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you gotta play games. You gotta play their game. Okay? You understand that? You do track. That's like a game.
Kind of.
Track's like a game, and so you kind of understand it. Like you have to play to the rules of the game. You understand?
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Molly, roll me a grace check, please.
I'm okay at that.
Yeah.
I failed by 1.
Oof.
Because I roll bad.
You trip, and
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because this is the sound that you hear while you trip.
You've tripped 3 times.
And as you get up, you see you tripped over a set of keys that just slipped under your feet in the mud.
Are they, Sarah's keys?
They are a set of keys with a little keychain calculator attached to them.
These are the doctor's keys. Because it's... You did it.
You're never going to carry around a calculator with you.
Unless you're a maths teacher, am I right, ladies?
I look around. Doc? I don't remember the name. And you said don't say names.
What's up, Doc?
Dr. Richards.
I just think it's so funny that you call a teacher Doc.
Is there a doctor?
It's the cool kid thing to do.
Yeah, I understand. I think it's fun.
Yeah. And you sort of hear your voice echo into the forest.
I pocket the keys because if I come across the doctor, I can give them their keys back.
Do we also hear this? Do we hear?
You hear...
Is this while we're having our chat, or do we see/hear?
Right after you finish your little chat, your weird fucking chat, you hear Molly just like sort of announcing to the forest, Doc?
Did you like find something?
Yeah, her car keys.
Jimmy does duck when you first say it, but he realizes no.
How do you know they're hers?
Little calculator.
Yeah, she's a math teacher. Why would she need one? She would just know that on the fly, is what I think. Right? I don't know. Maybe they are her car keys.
They're probably her car keys.
Either way, that is weird that you found someone's keys.
Can I have a moment with Lucy, please?
Oh, why do you?
Yeah, you can.
Mid-conversation.
Golly. I don't want to talk. I'm not going to listen. I'm going to put my fingers in my ears and go la 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 la.
My voice fades into the background. Yeah, and I can't believe that those car keys might be from somewhere.
Weird. That's how our listeners listen to Season Quest, with their fingers in their ears.
Are you going to be mean?
I'm not going to be mean. You just haven't gotten a note yet, and I'd like to share the fun with you.
Oh, I don't need it. Thank you.
As you're holding out these car keys to your friends, you get just the heaviest feeling of dread.
It's a different game.
And as your sister is talking to you about, of course they can't be the math teacher's car keys, you find you find yourself lost. And
what an experience like that can't happen to me. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
And your sister fades away, as does Jimmy, as does Sarah. And you're standing in the middle of a stone castle.
I don't want to.
And the stone itself is like seeping liquid, as if it's like melting almost. You can feel the heat of the keys emanating is melting the stone. And you feel a presence watching over you, begging almost to leave the keys behind.
I don't want to see. I don't want the others to see me even indulge this. But when we carry on and keep walking, I'm going to make sure they go ahead of me, and I'm going to throw the keys just to like behind a tree or something.
Cool.
I hate you. 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 You're the worst. I hate this game. It makes my brain sad.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you should like leave the keys because like they belong to the forest now, just to play on the safe side.
I like roll my eyes and like, don't be ridiculous. Let's go.
I don't think it's a good idea to take something that belongs to the forest because that's usually like a big no-no.
I don't know if you know this, but the forest can't drive.
Okay, sure, whatever. I mean, it's your funeral, you know. Or I guess maybe you won't have a funeral because they won't have a body to bury.
You don't know how funerals work. It's not about burying bodies, it's about remembering the dead.
Tiff, you're kind of scaring me. Can you chill on all this fake stuff?
I'm just trying to keep us all safe. You're the ones who are like being really irresponsible and ignoring the clear signs that there's like some sort of presence, possibly fae, probably fae, like tracking us and like watching us and like and like I'm just trying to keep us all safe. Like, nobody's listening to me, even though I'm totally right.
I mean, Sarah's done this hike how many times?
Like at least 10.
Yeah.
But have you done this hike like on a day like today, which is like such an important day and like so important to like fae because it's like such a big anniversary and meteor day as well? Like think about it that way, you know? And then it suddenly is like, oh wow, that's like a totally different thing. It's all well and good to be outside the bear cave when it's hibernating, but like when it's awake, you don't want to be there, right?
You're crazy. Let's go.
One day I'm gonna snap.
I think you already
Sarah,
said there's
you're
nothing
pretty
left
cool.
upstairs.
Do you think we're gonna see any bears?
No, there's no bears in New Hampshire at all.
No.
It's an ecological fact.
There's literally never been a bear in New Hampshire. There are moose that walk on their hind legs.
There's literally a town in New Hampshire that got overrun by bears, and
You believe in
everyone had to
bears?
move.
They got rid of all the bears because of that incident.
You believe in bears, you idiot.
I think it's called Grafton. Look it up, listeners. It's a fun story.
No,
Well,
it's
you
not.
grew up.
A place got filled with bears.
Bears. Did you forget how to pronounce it because it's spelled different from beer?
Tom, be nice.
Yeah.
Tom's a meanie.
Ursaring.
We carry on.
All right. Which one of you would be wearing a timepiece?
I'm wearing a timeless piece. I'm wearing a sick leather jacket.
Fuck yeah.
Like a watch?
Like a watch.
Probably not.
Probably.
You know, Sarah would be because she's trying to get that PB.
Probably have like one of those like really cheap digital watches that's like ding.
Mostly plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
You have to be stopped with the heat metal. You kill horses.
It is the best spell in the game, hands fucking down.
You kill horses?
Charlie put his hands on the floor.
Do you reckon you would check your watch?
Sure. If you want me to.
Interesting. Very cool.
I'm checking my watch.
Okay. You check your watch and it reads... It's digital, you said?
Yeah.
It reads 000.
Just 3.
Huh.
4.
0004?
That's odd. Cause like, okay. Do you remember earlier how I said like, if aliens are around, they mess up clocks? My watch reads 0004. Which is not what time it is.
It's okay, Charlie. You're gonna be okay.
It is not 4 past midnight.
Maybe you reset it when you fell on it.
It's
That is what I call logic and reasoning.
what's a watch brand that isn't Rolex?
Casio?
It's a Casio hard shell. Okay, it does not get.
The G-Shock, okay?
It does not reset from you falling on it. You have to be pretty harsh with the buttons to do anything with it. And I press one of the buttons to show that it's very clicky.
And the watch beeps. And the beep echoes through the forest so loudly that it hurts your ears.
Oh.
All of you.
Oh.
Like a siren directly blasting into your ears.
Oh,
Stop messing
Tiff,
around the watch
why?
tab.
What the fuck?
Okay, first of all, no names. Second of all, I just hit the button. It's not that loud normally.
Okay, well, it was loud then.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm thinking about it, okay? Because I can't think of, like, Fae sound amplification. Maybe it's to do with, like, aliens, like, playing with, like, the sound of things, like, you know, electronics glitching out.
are frustrating me, Lucy Jones says.
Because, like, if it's... That's so weird. I try again.
Don't!
And another
Darn!
Stop mocking me!
another sonic blast
They really are sisters.
through the forest. It is deafening. It's almost like after You know, after like a really loud sound or like a head bang, you get that ringing in your ears.
Like when Tom smashed his head earlier.
Yeah.
And your arm starts to go numb.
Yeah, it's like sounding through your brain. Jimmy, the trees stop swaying, and
It's because I'm dizzy and I see little birds above my head.
and Molly, the stones look so still right now.
Is that a good thing?
Mm.
Were the stones moving for you? They were walking with little ants underneath them. They thought it was a pie, and then they went, "Oh, this isn't pie."
Oh, it's so heavy. I thought it was so calorically dense.
Lucy had found the Rolling Stones.
Thanks, Tom.
Weightlifters being like, "Yeah, man, I'm so calorically dense." Love weights.
And Tiffany, directly in front of you, is Dr. Richards, staring straight into your eyes.
Dr. Richards.
She's gone.
Sorry, just
What did you say?
Dr. Richards, and I shouldn't say her name. Oh, oopsie. Ma'am. and I kind of like run into the forest towards where I saw her.
Oh my goodness, do not.
Okay, well I'm
Just
doing.
run off into the forest.
I'm doing it. You can't stop me.
You moron.
Skull?
The forest.
I saw somebody. Just like don't wait. Like follow me. I don't know. I'll be back.
The forest is dark, and for the first time in your hike, the forest is loud. There is birdsong, there are insects, there is wind howling.
Ow.
I have an interrupty thing that I thought of. Give me the other walkie-talkie.
Okay, throw it. And
Now we can be buddies.
And another moment with Tom, please.
I like how we did no notes for the first 2.5 hours, and now we've done 4 notes in the first half hour.
Yeah. I'm catching up.
Now things are getting spooky. We
Yeah.
did all the edging.
Everybody went back to Twilight Night. I'm sure
Back to Twilight
Podcast?
Night.
made while we're doing another podcast.
Today we're talking about Forest Fae.
Yep.
It's not about Twilight, but it is Twilight at Night.
Yep. Go ahead. Continue. Give me my note.
Yeah. Tiff?
Yep.
You run headfirst into Dr. Richards, who is standing statue still. And when you bump into her, it's almost like running into a wall.
I think there might be maybe something going on with like some sort of like face stuff or something. Because like I'm thinking like I saw like a fairy circle really early on. What are you here for? Are you here for the meteor shower?
She looks at you. She smiles. She says, Skull, I'm here for the party. You're invited.
Like what party?
It's a blessed day. And we're celebrating. And your name is on the list, Skull. And thinking back to your time with Dr. Richards in class and in the cryptozoology club, she has only ever called you Tiffany.
I kind of take a step back.
And she says, we'd like to fully invite you if you would share with us the rest of your name.
You know what's funny? Like I'm just like not super into that
And
sort of thing.
as you're taking a step back, you realize around you is no longer forest. It's like it's a stone floor, like brick. And it's
I'm
almost
bricked up.
it's like a courtyard of a castle almost.
My name is Dana Scully.
You shouldn't lie to us. And she disappears and you're back in the middle of the forest.
Thank you for listening. You can find us at Season Quest Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Next week, we've got another episode of R.